All right, everybody, hello and welcome to us figuring out just how good the StarCraft 2 GOAT is at Age of Empires 4. Now, he here, just the other day, hopped on. He hasn't played too much. He played a little bit in the beta, apparently, the closed beta, and he's playing Russ, which is my favorite civ right now. I've not played that much, but I've been playing a fair bit of Russ, and I was like, wait a second, he actually streamed the other day? Excuse me, I was looking through, I can't remember if it was on Twitter or the Age of Empires subreddit, somewhere, because I cannot find the comments for the life of me, or I'd show you guys, but I was reading, people saying Serral was streaming the other day. People were talking about who's the best players. He right now is ranked 78 on the leaderboard, and people were saying like, oh, I saw Serral play. His builds is shit. He has no idea what he's doing. Like, he's not really optimized, but he's still so bloody good just because he's Serral and he's so fast and accurate and he makes decisions so quickly. And I was like, I remember reading this and then I found this VOD and I went back and I couldn't remember where the comments were and I've scoured the internet. So if anyone finds those comments, let me know. But there's been a lot of conjecture going, who's going to be the best at this game? And there's a lot of respect, of course, throughout the RTS community for StarCraft players, but especially the GOAT, a guy, a lot of people consider Serral the GOAT for dominating 2018, still being one of the most consistent championship winners over the 3 years since then as well. He's an absolute monster, and he's playing Russ. So let's see, is he good? Does he know what he's doing? So he started off with a hunting cabin down to the left. Now, the way Russ works, for anyone who's new to Age of Empires 4, is you get bounties based off every animal you kill. You get 5 for sheep, 10 for deer, 25 for each wolf, and 75 for each boar. So notice he's built that hunting cabin. Now, the hunting cabin, it's a mill, essentially. It's a drop-off point. Why didn't he build it next to berries or a hunt? It's because it also gives you passive gold income depending on where it's placed. So he's just chucked it down next to the forest, so it's giving him gold income. And even once you chop those trees down, the gold income stays the same. It doesn't matter. It's what the trees were originally. You can't stack the hunting cabins, and there is a theoretical max of like 250 gold a minute. So already, this is like what you see a lot of the high-level Rust players doing. You use that hunting cabin to get gold income, but also to build an extra scout. Some people will go 2 scouts, some 3, and some people who are really crazy will go 7 scouts. And then now that's the professional scouts build, where basically you get an upgrade, and the whole point with that upgrade is you want to try and pick up all the corpses. Now it looks like he's stopping at 2 scouts, and he's going up very quickly, and he's going Golden Gate. So he's not going for the Kremlin, which is what I prefer because it boosts your wood count by 20%. And it helps you secure your gold, because you can see his gold is not protected by his town center. And the reason why you want that Kremlin normally, rather than the Golden Gate, is it secures the resource and boosts your wood. And the thing is, well, you can just build a tower to secure your resource, can't you? Yeah, except it's 175 wood, because as Russ, your towers are much stronger. It's a wooden fortress. It's not a wooden tower. Can put 8 guys in it, does good damage and stuff, but it's so expensive to commit to. So it's one of these things where it's kind of a little interesting to see him. I initially always went Golden Gate like he's done here, but all it does is it's a market that gives you better rates. Now, if I'm wrong on any of this, I'm a massive noob as well. So correct me in chat if I'm wrong, if anyone knows. But yeah, essentially, I'm interested to see if he actually makes use of that to balance his economy a lot, or if he kind of forgets about it. And he's like, oh, it's a better value market. Let's use that. We'll see exactly what he does with it. So for now, he's obviously just scouring the map. He's picking off animals. He's grabbing sheep. I would say, as I've progressed, I've become a bit more focused on the first scout, is a bit more about getting sheep, dropping them off as needed, and then going back. But because I think he got 3 sheep really early at the start. I think it was fine the way he's done it, where he's just gone across and just killing everything he sees as he goes with those 2 scouts, getting as much value as he can. So he's just hit the second age, his Golden Gate's up, and now he's going for a market as well. Okay, so I do not know how this build works at all, guys. I think he's just going to try and market boom really early or something, but that's really interesting. So I'm just like, wait, is there some sort of passive bonus? There must be some mechanic. I don't even know how that works. Now, oh my god, I haven't even introduced the opponent. Guys, Serral is playing against Fusa, okay? Fusa is an ex-StarCraft 2 pro, also from Finland. He's currently ranked 25 on the ladder. Serral is playing up against him. Serral's ranked 78 as we speak. That's their 2 live rankings based on the Age of Empires leaderboard. You can look that one up. So he's still going around looking for animals. It looks like his opponent is playing Mongols and obviously not doing any cheeky town center rushes or anything. Oh, that was a stable, was it? I thought he built a market next to his Golden Gate, but that's a stable. Okay, good. I was like, I could have sworn I saw the stable button get pressed down, and I was like, why would you build the market button? I was like, why would you build a market this early? That's crazy, dude. You've already got the Golden Gate. It is a market. Okay, he's going stable for early knights. This is very standard. You get knights in feudal ages, Russ. And he's going to go over there, and he's immediately going to get a second town center on minute 530. This is a tight build order, guys. So you can get town centers the moment you're in feudal age, but they cost 400 wood, 300 stone, which is very expensive. Now, unfortunately, we can't see his resources or his eco count because his camera's in a shit position. Serral, why did you block the bloody resources with your camera? There's a spare spot over there next to the minimap. Why did you not put your camera there? Serral, greatest of all time at StarCraft, guys, not streaming. What can I say? Jesus. Jonas Satala, man. This guy. Needs some work, needs some work. Honestly, though, he's looking pretty good. So he's pulling guys off wood onto sheep, and he's actually going to take berries very early.
Yeah, I can't make any knights or anything here. That's really bad.
So he's making knights as much as he can there for a little bit. He's on gold and food very heavily. Why? Knights only cost gold and food. Your next age, also gold and food. So 2 town center up to castle age is a good way to play. Going berries this early is a little questionable. Now, the argument for it is his sheep are running low, and he's not gone professional scouts, and he doesn't want to go and build hunting cabins because his hunts are both kind of far from his town center. So if he goes out there to get the deer, he's got to go build a mill, that's 100 wood, walk his villages a long way, and then they're really exposed to harassment. And like I said earlier, do you really want to build a wooden fortress out there? Because that's 100 wood for the cabin, the mill, the hunting cabin as it is, the rust mill, and then another 175 for the fortress. It's so expensive. Guys, we're just doing this off a stream VOD. A bunch of people hopping in Twitch chat who are kind of like, what's going on right now? This is, of course, one of our first-person view casts that we like to mix in where we grab some of the highlight matches from people's streams that have given us permission to restream their videos, and we just kind of go, hey, let's go see what happens. So he's going to try and wall off up here. For those wondering, berries are the lowest yield. Farming is a bit better than berries. Sheep is, I think, slightly better than farming, though I think they're very similar. And then deer is better than that. And boar is the best. You get the most from boars. But boars, though they have 2,000 food, they're very hard to kill.
What are you doing, guys?
I don't know if you can lure it all the way back to your base. I don't know if that works. I don't think you can. They're very hard to kill. They're very tanky. So here comes in Fuser with some Mangadai. So Mangadai can move and shoot at the same time. They're kind of annoying horse cavalry. Their damage, though, could best be described as shite. They don't do a lot of damage. A good point from chat. Shorefish is actually technically the best. Shorefish is insane. So if you've got a little bit of water with shorefish, and you've got either a dock or a mill nearby to deliver to, that is actually the fastest. That's even faster than a boar, I think. Or maybe about the same as a boar. So he's got a second town center up. You can fit 10 guys in the town center, and then it shoots arrows. And Ryan says deep water. Well, deep water fish is the fastest, but that's only fishing boats can get to that. Yeah. Shorefish is the same as sheep and farm, says Ryan. No, that's incorrect. So Ryan is trying to correct us on something, and he's wrong on that. Trust me, I looked in the spreadsheet yesterday. There's a giant spreadsheet, if anyone wants these stats that's going around, that someone's kind of gathered all the info. So basically, shorefish is the same as farms and sheep when you are getting it with a fishing ship. But a villager gets shorefish a lot faster than the fishing ship. So there's actually a different shorefish rate for villager versus fishing ship. Now, he's just found Fuse's market line, guys. So the market boom. Wow, so Fuse is doing the broken doubt. Doubt has been doing this a lot. It's the Mongol market boom. I don't know why it's so strong, what their bonuses are, but this has become a really popular build where he's built a market and he's trading with the neutral market in the corner of the map to get gold. So he got a big interruption on the gold income there of Fuser. Okay, he's gonna just try and distract with his knights. Knights are great for doing run-bys and stuff, but obviously the Mangudai can out-micro them forever. He still hasn't finished palisading off his base or anything like that. How much gold do you get for each one of those caravan trips? So it's the same as Age of Empires 2. The further away your market is, the more value you get per trip. But obviously that means it's an even more exposed line between them. So it's kind of dangerous there. For that distance that he's got, it's probably about 25 gold a trip, maybe 30 gold a trip is what chat's estimating right now. So the landmark is actually a market for Mongols. And if you build it next to your Ovu, you can actually make 2 trade carts at a time. Oh, okay. So you can basically, on one town center, build a ton of trade carts to just massively boost your gold income really early using that Mongol spam.
What am I doing here?
Chat saying, Serral's definitely not a beginner. So from people's comments online, they said his AOE4 builds are very unoptimized. And I would say it looks... I don't know if this is a perfect build from him by any means. I'm not knowledgeable enough. But he's definitely played a bunch of AOE2 before, guys. And maybe even AOE3. So he's got that... Not only does he have crazy StarCraft mechanics, but he does come from a background. It's not like first time playing an Age of Empires game where he doesn't know what the units are. And if you've played a lot of AOE2 at a reasonably skilled level, where he's probably 2,000 rating at least in AOE2, if he's played for even like a month or two, right? Knowing Serral and how good he is at games. So I think he could be even better than that, yeah. Okay, so he's building a wooden fortress there to guard his wood line from the Mangudai raids. His palisades are almost up. The walling can be a little buggy sometimes. You can see he's struggling to connect that. There we go. So he's going to finish that wall. His village is going to finish it on the outside, though. And he's going archers to help deal. And is that... Yeah, I think just archers. So he's going archers. And he's building a gateway there at the front as well now. So he can get out of his base. All right. So this way he's allowed to just boom up on 2 TC. I didn't see if he started his... I can't see his resources. He must be close to aging up, guys. He's got to be close to aging up. It's interesting, though, because he didn't get professional scouts. He doesn't have many deer inside of his walls. He's mining a lot of wood right now. Is he just... He must just be using his market to sell wood. Because he doesn't have that much food income right now. He must be selling... I think he's planning to sell wood. I mean, okay, archers cost a lot of wood. But yeah, okay, so he's just bought some food and gold. Yeah. He's selling wood, buying food and gold. And he's going to start... Oh, I didn't see which one that was. Sorry, guys. Which one did he click? Wait. Did he just go the left one? Dude, you're picking all the wrong landmarks, Serral. I just prefer the other landmark, guys. So I'm just checking that one more time. I think he clicks on the left. I think he went High Trade House. I prefer the other landmarks. Honestly, I haven't used the High Trade House. I can't remember what it does right now, guys. I'm making fun of him like he's making the wrong decisions. It's just literally different to how I play. I am a noob at this game as well. Anyone who saw me play yesterday or the day before, you guys like a pig talking like he knows anything about the game. You know I am terrible at this game. And the only reason I'm able to even understand what the units are is the cost there. Is because he's playing Russ. So he's going up to the next stage, guys. He's already got 2 ranges. Archers and Knights is a pretty solid composition. The way you normally like to think of it is, for anyone who's new to Age of Empires 4, Horsemen wreck Archers, right? They're like your light cavalry. Archers wreck Spearmen. Spearmen wreck Cavalry. Crossbows wreck heavy cavalry and heavy infantry. Basically armored units in general. Elephants wreck cavalry really bloody hard, so you need crossbows or spears to deal with those. And it's actually, there's a lot of cool things that actually go on in this game. So it's kind of funny because I'm doing this video, I'm like, how good is he? And I'm like, I still don't know half of the details in this beautifully complex game. Which, like I said, this game, I complained a lot at first, but the more I get used to it, I'm like able to oversee its many limitations and just see the depth that is inherently there. He's going to go after the trade line one more time. Yeah, he's playing Fuser, guys. Fuser's really good. Okay, he gets 1. Oh, and then he's going to see if he can get a Mangudai as well. See how the Mangudai can shoot while moving? Oh, he's going to get another one. He's like, hey, I got some... I don't know if he got armor upgrades or anything, but he's not taking much damage from those arrows right now, so... He's also kind of happy to trade these, I guess, just to interrupt the income a little bit. Gets another villager. They'll go down.
I don't know, man. I think I'm dead.
I think he just said, I don't know, I think I'm dead. So Serral does not feel happy with his position. He feels like Fuse is ahead of him. But he says, I need some resources here. So he's going to try and take more berries and stuff. He's obviously swapped into farm economy pretty heavily. I mean, he's keeping up his villager production really well. It's a shame we can't see the resources, but it adds suspense, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so he's just swapping into lots of farm economy. Archers, knights. No doubt he'll be getting his upgrades, right? Oh, he just got forestry, so he just got the tier 1. Oh my god, he didn't have wheelbarrow? He's in Castle Age and he didn't have wheelbarrow. Okay, I think, and he's going after berries like mad.
I guess I could have just taken that base a bit faster with those elbows.
So wheelbarrow, I don't know how important it is compared to Age of Empires 2, but that's a huge upgrade in AoE 2. He's got a pretty big villager economy. I'd say about 55 now. I guess maybe 60. It's hard to say, of course, as we're only really seeing snapshots. I'd love to hear everyone's opinion in chat. Is wheelbarrow really that bad? I get it. It's like my highest priority eco upgrade because it increases carry capacity and villager movement speed, which in general is just like, it's going to help all your resources, right? So I'm really interested to see what's going on. He feels like he's playing really bad. He's like, oh, this is a bad game, honestly. Like, I'm playing like shit, man. Ryan says that you should only really bother with wheelbarrow once you start booming on farms. The Aussies have done the maths. For those who don't know, there is a pack of Aussies who've been playing the shit out of AoE to AOE4, figuring out the numbers on this stuff. They've all been super try-harding it. So I trust them on that. Okay, so it's only worth it once you go for farms, apparently. I reckon it would still help your wood a bit, but I guess because there's no movement time with gold and stone in this game, in AoE 2, your workers on gold and stone are still moving back and forth a little bit, right? Not a huge amount, and wheelbarrow and stuff in AoE 2 is mostly worth it once you start going farms, because farms is always where the most walking back and forth happens, because even while they're harvesting, they're walking back and forth, whereas the other guys just sit still, and it's only the walk to and from the delivery point. So that makes sense that wheelbarrow as an economic upgrade comes in at that stage. Now, the question is, where does he go from here? Knights, archers, not bad. But I really wonder what his next step is. Oh, is he going Cavalry Archers? Sorry. Oh, yeah, he's going Cav Archers. Good, good, good. Cavalry Archers are awesome. So Cavalry Archers are like archers, but they move fast and they do 3 times as much damage. So they're not shit. Whereas archers, they're good in Feudal Age just for killing spearmen. They can fight off Mangudai. Can't really do much else. They do very little damage to any armored units, knights, men-at-arms, anything like that. And okay, he's just adding structures. He's got that wood fortress out on the right there. And he's going to just, okay, he's going to secure the deer. He's going to start getting all that deer on the right. Takes another cabin on the inside to get the other deer. Okay, so he's got Cav Archers and Horsemen. Okay, interesting. So I guess the Cav Archers are going to be basically for dealing with any spearmen, horsemen for jumping on enemy archers. So horsemen, I think horsemen are faster than Mangudai. I don't actually know what the Mangudai speed is. I know a horseman is faster than a knight or a heavy cavalry by a little bit. It's like 6.5 to 5.5 or something like that. So I don't know what that is. 16% speed over them or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, Cav Archers, I like this description from Twitch chat. They've said Cavalry Archers, they're like a crossbow, but instead of bonus damage to armor, they have a horse. So yeah, they do so much raw damage that they end up doing pretty good damage anyway, right? Is kind of what my feeling has been with them.
I have no clue what he's doing, honestly. I'm just playing my own game here.
Pig, will you cast some games of King of the Desert in a few weeks? That would be great. What's King of the Desert? Is that an AOE4 tournament? I haven't really been keeping up. I had my Pigsty Festival, this big StarCraft tournament we were running last week, so I'm a little bit behind, and I'm kind of just catching up on the AoE hype train here and having fun with it. So what's interesting, right? The way this diverges a lot from my very shit way of playing, and I'm already learning things watching Serral. The fact he's going this long against Fuser is kind of scary because Fuser's going to have pretty good late game. He's a very experienced, very high level player. But what's really cool is that he's... Oh, is that a warrior monk? Oh, he just lost a warrior monk on the left side. Oh no. Is that he's kind of slow to get the sacred sites and the relics. So at the moment, I'm trying to work on a strategy today, and I'll be doing it after this game, where I'm going to be trying to get the sacred sites. Each one gives 100 gold a minute. Each relic gives 100 gold a minute. So if you can get all 3 sacred sites, or let's say 1 sacred site you can hold on to regularly, maybe 2. You can get, say, 3 relics in your abbey or your monastery. You can get like 500 gold a minute. It's the equivalent of like basically having like 10 unupgraded gold miners going. Maybe like 6 or 7 fully upgraded gold miners, I think. Something like that. I was doing the maths yesterday. I've already forgotten. But it's a good sizable chunk of gold income. And of course, the warrior monks, it's basically just a regular monk, but it's mounted. So the way the warrior monk works is whenever it lands a hit in a fight, it creates an aura around it that boosts all of the damage of the nearby units for the next, I don't know if it's 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So it's basically just a dude on a horse with a sword. It's very unarmored, so it can die pretty easily, but it just runs around with your knights, and when it lands a hit, it boosts everyone's damage. You can buff that so it lasts longer, has a bigger radius, does more damage. The big thing with any monk is the Wololo, the conversion, right? So the way it works in AOE4 is you need to be holding a relic in your hand, and then you get conversion available. It's got a very long cooldown, but it's a giant AOE circle around. Your guy cannot channel it while casting, cannot move while channeling it, and after 5 seconds, everything in the radius gets converted. So there's a famous clip going around of Day 9 didn't know about this ability. He was playing Jim Rising, and he had mass elephants. And Jim's like losing this fight, and he turns on his big giant conversion circle. And Day 9 just is like, oh, what's that ability he's using? And Day 9 loses an entire like maxed elephant army, and they just get stolen by Jim Rising. And Day 9 is just like, what? He's obviously like one of his first days playing the game, and he's like, what the hell is that? Like, how is that fair? So normally it's kind of like a nuke. There's a global audio queue. There's a huge alert. Ooh, enemy mangonels. It's got to be careful of those. And it's really scary. Anyway, let's focus on the game, guys. So we've got knights on the right, a little pack of shitty archers in the back, which I don't even know if he's upgraded these archers next to me to Castle Age. And then he's also got his big pack of cavalry archers. So knights, cavalry archers, archers. Now, cavalry archers, lots of wood and food for them. But considering their stats, they're better value than archers. Archers are actually terrible value compared to a Cav Archer. And then his knights, obviously armored unit. They're pretty good versus most things. But mangonels, really good versus infantry. The splash damage units, they just shoot splash really hard to dodge or to aim them, like in AOE2. But if they land in the middle of his Cav Archers, it'd be good. It's just archers are so fast. Cavalry's so fast. I don't know if the mangonels was the right idea. So you can see those mangonel shots coming in. His Cav Archers are on the right side. They're doing okay. His Cav Archers are pulled back. His knights are engaged with the enemy knights. So it's a knight versus knight battle. And he split 4 knights immediately to shift click on those mangonels. And he's macroing in the middle of the fight like a boss. Oh my god, he's crushed Fuser. He just crushed him, guys. He got the mangoes. The archers are taking stuff out. Apparently, there's a mass heal going on. Some sort of mass healing ability is going on for the Mongols there. He's going to build a forward keep to secure some resources in the middle of the map. His archers are firing on those knights. I think he won that fight pretty convincingly, but it's still pretty easy. So is a knight just a tanky horse? Absolutely, absolutely, guys. It's just a tanky horse. So if you look at them, notice they have their lances out. Now that means they're ready to charge. After they do their charge, where they get impact damage, they pull their swords out and they hit. So you can kind of charge, disengage, wait for it to be cooled down, and you can tell it's cooled down because they've got their big lance in their hand. Charge again, kill some units. You can also do a mini stun with charge. Now, if your opponent has spearmen, and you put the spearmen on hold position, the spearmen will actually stun the cavalry on the charge. So if the cavalry charge into spearmen that are on hold position, the spearmen just basically, I don't think the charge does any damage against them. It just stuns the cavalry temporarily. So there's like some cool little interactions. Oh, he's going high armory. That's me favorite Imperial. So that boosts his siege workshops nearby. So he's going to build his siege workshops around that high armory. It's also basically a siege workshop. And he's probably going to go spring bolts. So what makes Russ super broken in late game, and why I'm a little bit worried for Fusa now, not only did he lose a fight before, as Serral's building gates all around to let his workers out, but you get Springbolt. So Springbolt is like a little... Is it a ballista? I actually don't know what it shoots. So my Twitch chat's helping me out a lot here because I'm like, wait, I think it's like a little... I think it's shooting a spear. I don't actually know what it's shooting. I think it's a spear. Basically, it's a little sniper artillery. It shoots little tree trunks. It's like a little ballista lobber. Basically, yeah, it's like a ballista. It's a big spear lobber, essentially. It's kind of like a scorpion. But they've got really long range, and Russ has, I think, 2 different range upgrades for them, if I remember correctly. But basically, they have the longest range springbolts in the game, and springbolts are already anti-siege. So basically, it's a ballista. It just shoots really bloody far, and you can just target your opponent's siege with it. And so in late game fights, especially if you've got to keep and they've got to keep, siege gets really important in late game. And springbolts, they're like tempests almost, right? They just snipe down your opponent's siege from really far. And you say, you got to rush in and punish my springbolts. Or, wait, it's spring gold? There's no B in it? Are you for real? I thought I had a B in it. Spring gold? How do you say that? There's no B. How do you say spring gold? Spring old? Oh my god, they've done way too much old English history shit. Spring old? What the fuck does that even mean? Because it has a spring in it? I don't even know. It's a spring gold? Yeah, okay. Anyways, I suck. We're going to call it a ballista, guys. So anyway, the ballistas basically mean your late game's really good. You also get Streltsky. I think he's sticking on Cav Archers because I think he just started elite Cavalry Archers and elite Knight upgrades for his Imperial upgrades. But he can swap to Streltsky off his archery ranges, which is basically a rifleman. They've got to set up a little bit, but the longer they're set up, they get bonuses to their damage, and they just... It's a gunpowder unit. It just does crazy damage. It's not as long range as some of these other range units, but the Streltsky ruins. It ruins knights, you know, men-at-arms, that sort of shit. So generally, you have some of the best knights in the game in late game because you get a bunch of really good upgrades. You get springbolts, which are really good for sniping stuff down from far away. And then you get the Streltsky to kind of, you know, also do really well. So you have a very, very good late game as Russ. So I think he's in a good position here. It seems like it's just lots of, I think they were all knights from Mongols, or are they Lancers or something? I don't actually know. I haven't played Mongols at all yet, so I don't really know their tech tree. Usually when I play Mongol players on the ladder, their town center rolls into my base in the first 5 minutes, and then I swear at my computer a lot. The Lancer basically is just the Mongol unique knight, chat says. Oh, cool. Guys, by the way, Serral's fucking legit. How much... Can we get an on... Is there anyone here who knows how much Serral's played AOE2? Because he feels way too good at this game. He must have played a bunch of the beta. He's like winning tournaments while that closed beta was on, guys. And you can see his springbolts. He's sniping the enemy siege. You see the way he stutter stepped the springbolts there? And he's gonna try and he's trying to pull back though. He doesn't want to get caught out. And look at his keep. His keep in the top left, his castle, firing like crazy. So he's focusing down the enemy mangonels. He's trying to pull back his Cav Archers to fight. His springbolts are going down to the enemy knights. So this is kind of expensive, but I think he's killed all the enemy siege. He's killed a lot of their knights as well. I think he's saying it's not going too well, I can tell you that much. Serral, as always, I think he kind of has that Hera mentality, where if he says, I think I'm dead, it means he's about to win the game. Apparently, Serral and Raynor did a 2v2 show match for a Red Bull Age of Empires tournament. Raynor was a fresh scrub. Serral admitted to doing prep. Ah, nice. Yeah, I can imagine Raynor would have had no idea what was going on. So at the moment, guys, why are they fighting in the middle? They're fighting over this gold in the middle. And you'll notice he's setting up these keeps just as big defensive strong points to defend his golds. Now, keeps are 800 stone. They're pretty damn expensive, but you can build cannon emplacements, spring gold emplacements on them to give them even more damage. You can get boiling oil on them, so they pour oil off the walls when your opponent attacks it in melee. Lots of cool, fun shit, right? I don't know if the boiling oil is good against rams or anything like that, or if, I've never actually upgraded it. Now, if you're Russ or English, you actually also get to pump units out of them. It builds basically every unit in the game as well. So it's like a super barrack slash stable slash whatever. It's just springold. It's just springold, mate. I don't know, guys. I'll Google it later. So I think the keep is actually pretty effective. But otherwise, you're just using it to help hold onto a position. I don't actually know how archers operate, guys, when they go in castles. I know that you put units in a castle or in a town center, they shoot small arrows. But I don't actually know if archers do their normal damage from across a thing. Chat, and I'm going to trust Twitch chat on this one, which I don't normally do, say all units are the same when garrisoned. Can cavalry, do cavalry add arrows as well, guys? Even cavalry? Please, Oppa says Serral's GM in AoE. He's rank 78 right now on the ladder, guys, with about 30 games. And despite there being some inefficiencies, it feels like, and stuff, his overall focus, his picking of fights, his choosing of engagements, his walling off and methodical securing of areas is super sick.
I'm not sure if those are actually eating, but I guess I could use this one as well.
Does it make sense to wall off the gold or the sacred sites? Walling off's pretty hard to do, pretty expensive. This is an Arabia map by the looks of it. I didn't actually check, but it looks like Arabia. Maybe? Yeah, this looks like... Oh, maybe not. I'm not sure. I think it's Arabia. There's not enough choke points, so it's kind of hard to do. Okay, springbolts. Look at the way... Look how far they're sniping. Look at that. He's shift-clicking his springbolts on the trebuchets, and he's sniping them from a screen away. Look, he's got one just above his keep. And he's sniping it from his screen away. Oh my god, the springbolts are so good, man. They're so sick. They're so sick. Ooh. Have the devs addressed water maps yet? I'm not sure. Water maps are super crap. But they've always been that way in AoE too, in my opinion. Oh no. Oh guys, he got hit by siege really big. The mangonels killed a massive swathe of the Cav Archers and everything. He's lost a lot of units now. Oh, this is a real war of attrition. I mean, he's trying to snipe the siege, but then the cavalry's coming forward and sniping his units. Trebuchets are fighting against each other. I mean, Serral's desperately trying to hold that position. He's selling resources right now. He's buying gold. He's raiding my gold again. His gold keeps getting raided. He's got to keep there and a fortress. A little too slow to garrison, though. He only got 3 of those villages out of there. He's going to have to rebuild those villas and get back on gold. I mean, gold is the most important resource. And remember also, Fusa has pretty much never-ending gold income because he's got the trade income, which I don't think Serral has built any trade income this game. Ooh, all of those sieges unsieged on the right side. And he's trying to pull the springolds back. Oh, okay, his knights are going to come in and defend this, I think. And he's trying to shift-click his springolds on the enemy siege. Oh, man. This is pretty sick micro. You can see he's doing a bit of, like, double-clicking and stuff. Some control-clicking to select different unit types. Trebuchets are still just working at each other's buildings by the look of it. What a push-and-pull war. And guys, I'm still learning all the basics of this game. I'm very new to it, so for anyone who's expecting insightful commentary, half of the commentary is reading comments from chat. This is your chance, Twitch chat, to commentate a world champion StarCraft player, in many people's eyes, the greatest of all time of StarCraft, playing against an also awesome ex-StarCraft pro in a completely different game, which no one really has figured out properly yet. But there's some people who are definitely far ahead of their knowledge than me. His keep has gone down, guys. He's going to rebuild the keep on the right side. Okay. It's a big army coming forward. Lots of cavalry there. It's a big horsey battle. Now, looking at this, you might be wondering, why not go spearmen? Spearmen beat cavalry, right? Well, the thing is, both sides have cavalry archers as well. Which, sure, spearmen do bonus damage versus them, but you're never going to sit in range for that to actually happen. So that's always the problem there, as he's trying to move forward and secure more gold, but that's a very exposed gold. that he's moving those villages forward to. So he's got to be real careful. He's going to send a contingent of knights over there, I think. But then he accidentally just pulled them back to his army. So I think Serral might be having the issue where, because there's no control group stealing in this, it can be a little awkward to split your units up. Cavalry Archers do have a lot less range than regular Archers, though. So regular Archers can beat Cav Archers, but Cav Archers will wreck Spearmen. And also the Mangonels will massacre Spears, which is actually the point I was originally getting to and then got distracted by. But yeah, Mangonels versus Infantry Archers, they would just ruin them. So it's like, well, technically you could keep Spears in reserve behind your Springolds as long as your Springolds are focusing down the Mangos before they can shoot. Where did skirmishers go, says chat. Archers are kind of like skirmishers now, regular archers, guys. You want a unit that basically kills enemy spearmen and not that much else? Go for archers. Is no market here intentional, or is it a mistake? Well, because the gold's running out of the map, it will be a mistake if he doesn't either kill his opponent's trade line or get his own up soon, right? Because the gold is going to start to run out. He's got center control, which is so important in Age of Empires. He's sieging Fusa back. So I do think he's winning. He's getting great value out of that. He's trying to do a little bit of raiding. And there is still quite a bit of gold on the map. As long as he holds this gold, it's fine. But as you get to the later stages, the market becomes very nice. Now, one of the things is a lot of people do love markets, but they are incredibly expensive. And you can also sell your stone, guys. So if you hold the middle, you get all the gold. You also mine the stone. You can absolutely destroy. You can get like so much more gold just by selling your stones. That's a very good point from chat. Yeah, he has the market landmark, so he gets better rates as well. Yeah, he has the supermarket. I don't know if it helps with traders, though. Does it help with traders? Does anyone know in chat? Or is it just better rates for buying and selling resources? Is there no way to set health bars to always? I actually play with always health bars, but Age of Empires gets very cluttered, so I'm thinking of turning it off because I struggle to find certain units in my army sometimes because it makes it hard to see, like, I'm like, where's my warrior monk? And I'm like, oh, it's all health bars because there's so many units in big fights, so many things on top of each other. Most high-level players either use their smart health bar, which is automatic in AOE4, or they use just selected units. So I personally have been using always, but I've watched so many high-level players not use it and be like, yeah, it's too much clutter. And I'm like, So I'm thinking of swapping to what Serral's doing here and just having only really have it show on units you're hovering over. Okay, he's going to throw these archers away because he's like, they're useless units. I don't really want them. Seems hard to target fire without it. Yeah, usually in AoE though, the fights are mostly so big that you're actually target firing just the right unit. You don't really, you're usually targeting so many units that you're going to one-shot either way, right? So you're just kind of, as long as I'm attacking the unit that these units counter, I'm good. He pulls back to the choke point, his trebs are going to go down. His Springolds will survive for now. Oh, those mangoes. Those mangoes. He's fighting in a clumped area. And the cavalry from the right. The cavalry get on top of his artillery. Oh no, his Springolds are all going to go down. If those mangoes land some big hits, that could be huge. Now, for those who don't know, Siege does 0 friendly fire. There is no splash damage friendly fire in Age of Empires 4. So you might be like, well, we're all clumped up. It's a bit of an orgy, but at least he'll kill his own units with the mangoes. Serral fighting there was a disaster. But he's got some Streltsky on the right. You see his riflemen? So they do a lot of burst damage, which is a thing. But dude, Fusa is gaming. Fusa just took a great fight to get himself back in this game. He didn't kill all the Springolds. The Cav Archers of, I don't know if is that Cav Archer or those are Mangadai actually. Is there, I guess, do they actually, they don't have a Cav Archer that's separate to the Mangadai, do they? The Mongols? I think they only have the Mangadai. I don't really know. But those Mangadai pulling back. The Trebs are going to start sieging his castle. He's got to get his Springolds up there. Serral's production is so good it doesn't matter. Guys, he has like 1 billion production facilities. He's still mining gold on the left. He's mining stone. He can keep selling it. I think he's going to be like remaxed in no time. We can't see his supply because he's blocked all that with his poor camera placement, guys. Anyone tuning in now? We've done that. It's only the Mangadai. They do replace it for it. They get the Khan as well. For those who don't know, the Mongols get a Khan. Their scout can also move while shooting. But it, oh, nice stutter step on the Streltsky, pulling back to the keep there as well. The Khan respawns as well, which is kind of funny, but he's really annoying. He does very little damage, but he just runs around basically shooting spitballs at your units in the early game. And yeah. All arrows are homing, guys. This is much more StarCraft 2 and other RTS style where everything hits always, other than Siege. I don't think there's any miss rate on arrows or gunshots or anything like that. So the stats do become a little bit more transparent when you think about that. Now, Serral only has one sacred site. Remember, each sacred site gives 100 gold a minute. I don't know how many relics he got. Because if Fuser got all the relics as well, that's going to be a lot more gold income, plus the 2 sacred sites on either side. That stuff adds up the longer the game goes. He's also got that market economy. So, I mean, Serral's still got gold income, but it's running dry soonish. I think. This is such an epic game. So for those who don't know, Fuser is like rank 26 right now. I think he's playing pretty hardcore in this game. Oh, he's getting his university upgrades now. Okay. So he's going to get his plus 30% cavalry hit points, plus 20% gunpowder unit damage, which will make his Streltsky do a lot more, as well as any bombards or anything he wants to make. Oh, that's a town center walking away on the left, by the way, that he was shooting at there. That's a town center that's walking away. That's a packed up town center. Of course, Mongols are nomadic. They can move they can move a bunch of their buildings around the map. And it's going to try and set up a bit further back. Yeah, it looks like the Knight, Streltsky, and Springold. It's a great late game comp. So people said Serral's builds are really unoptimized. I'm sure they are compared to people who've like really studied openings. But what did Serral do? He secured a very quick age up. He harassed with Knights. He got a really quick second town center while harassing with Knights. He walled. He macroed. There's things you could debate about their efficiency here or there. He then went archers into Cav Archers, back into, I think he used some horsemen at some point, I'm not sure. Then he went back into Knights. He added Springolds and then Streltsky in the late game. Like, his knowledge of what units to go, he clearly is building all of the right unit comps, and he's microing. His Springolds are always focus firing the enemy Siege. He did stand in Mongol fire once or twice, but, I mean, he's so good at this game compared to most of us people watching who are nowhere near that top 100 right now. Obviously, things are going to change so much in the coming weeks and months. Everyone's still figuring the basics out, but you could tell that he's actually, you know, he's using keeps to control the center. He's focusing on just wrestling gold control off the map, off of Fuser. The question is, can he actually push through and break him? So far, it feels like the Mangonels have given him a lot of trouble. So it's been a mixture of Knights flanking in on his siege has been really effective for Fuser. Fuser's been using Mangonels, so whenever there's a big pitched battle, the Mangonels are just doing massive splash damage. It's kind of insane. Do people use F keys in Age of Empires? So, you can't do camera locations in Age of Empires, but if you press the H button, that goes to town centers. So it selects a town center and jumps there. Selects a town center. F1 selects all of your military buildings. F2 selects all of your economic structures, so you can tab between them to get your economic upgrades. And I don't know what F3 or F4 does. Haven't used those yet. Does anyone know? A lot of the keys are unfortunately not very customizable. How do you say H? What the fuck do you call H? Americans. Like, well, I speak Alabama. I call it sister banging. I'm like, what? Being an Australian Twitch streamer. Every day, 300 comments about, you guys go, H. Oh yeah, H.
My army is pretty small.
Almost identical, but, oh shit, he's getting surrounded, guys. Man, did he overextend again? Oh, dude, it's a big surround. I don't know how much damage the keep actually does. I think he should put more villages in there so it shoots more. His Streltsky's pulling far back. He's trying to pull his siege back. He doesn't want to lose that. Oh, dude, he's getting rolled, it looks like. I don't know if he has all of his knight upgrades. I think maybe he's missing some knight upgrades here, because nothing in that army should actually be totally ruining. So I think maybe he's missing some knight upgrades. I don't know. He also has not been using warrior monks very much in these fights. So he's forgotten to add many warrior monks into the battle. And he just lost his keep. I think Fuser's fighting back, guys. Looks like Fuser's...
Maybe have too many birds. I mean, that's probably...
Oh, he has like 40 knights queued up right now, guys. You can tell his productions queue is big because it pops out beyond even my head sometimes. Beyond his webcam and beyond my head. That's crazy.
We actually killed my... Yeah, I think he's actually getting from the trades all the time. That's my problem, I guess.
So the Mongol traders get a massive boost. I know they can build them more, but do they actually move faster or harvest more gold? People are saying they have a massive boost. What's the massive boost? So Serral keeps stutter stepping his Streltsky chat's pointing out, and that does actually weaken them. That's absolutely true. Obviously, yeah, I think I don't think he realizes Streltsky actually have a setup time as well. It's not long, but they basically have to plant their gun. And the longer they stand still, it's like every few seconds they sit still, they get 10% attack speed. So as long as the mangonels aren't in range and about to bust you, you should try to hold position your Strelts. Your Strelts. Oh, if he can get rid of the siege, this might all be okay. Oh my god. Mango's so scary. Mango's so scary. Spread Strelts out, maybe? Obviously, I mean, in this case, he's got to keep moving the Strelts. Keep moving, keep moving! Oh, very nicely done. Yeah, in this case, he's got to move and shoot because the mangoes are going to ruin them otherwise. Oh, and you can see the way the mangoes kind of shoot where they were headed. So all you need to do is just be moving one direction, and then once it fires, move in the opposite direction, I think, and you're fine. I think he's dead, though, guys. It looks like Fuser fighting back, overwhelming him. And I don't know what this aura is on the cavalry there, but you can see they're all kind of lit up. So that's interesting. So apparently the Mongols can actually upgrade Yam Network, and it upgrades their traders in Imperial, so they get even more gold than the others. Ooh, damn. I don't think they shoot where they're headed. It's just he was attacking ground. Ah, okay. Okay, so they don't shoot where headed. It's just he was attacking ground. I see, I see. All right, we're coming out with another round of Knights. Come on, mate. Veteran Knights versus Veteran Lancers. Streltsky backing it up. I thought this would be the stronger composition for Serral, but look at that micro from Fuser. He's going to get the Spriggolds again. Oh, Serral's like, you piece of crap. Stop. Stop killing my Springolds, man. Oh, dude. He's got his Trebs in the back trying to fire. His Strelts are going to actually... Strelts do a lot of damage, so they'll actually clear the mangoes back there. He holds on. He's trying... He's like, okay, get back on that gold. But yeah, I don't know. Did he ever build market economy? I don't think he did, guys. I don't know. But I don't see blue dots running back and forth from the market, so I can't imagine he did. And that's why losing control of the gold like this has got to be scary. I mean, obviously... He's got to just go check that his wood lines are still good and stuff like that, I think. Though to be... I mean, siege is probably all he's building that costs wood. But, yeah, he's going to build another keep there, try and secure that position. So the glowing on the horses was just the speed aura. It's the Mongol arrow. Yeah, the Khan can shoot an arrow in the air, and it makes all of his stuff move faster, including buildings. Oh, damn. He has to cancel his keep there. At least I hope that was a cancel. He's going to try and build another one. He's got to get his Springolds and his trebuchets up front. So apparently Mongol traders gain 10% food, 10% wood, 10% gold, 10% stone from trade routes, and more traders. Wait, you can get non-gold from traders? Can you set what they bring back? I know it's gold by default. Can you change so they're actually getting a different resource they bring back? Their entire economy can be traders. Certain civs can actually change. Wow, I had no idea. Dude, this is an epic game. This is crazy. These two just trying to fight their hearts out. It's just this center line, man. Serral's like, F this, I'm just going to keep raiding his base. And I think that's the right call. If he can kill like 30, 40 traders, bam, like, yeah, damn, definitely it might win him this game. But he's got to have that urgency, because if they just keep trading, he will run out of gold. Now notice he's just shift-clicked his springolds on the mangoes. He's very clumped on that left side though. Oh man, mango's so scary. Okay, he wants to make sure he doesn't chase too far here, because he's raiding in the back. Actually, maybe he does, just to keep him distracted. He's like, where are they?
Why can't I kill them?
He can't click on the bloody watchtower. He's going after the traders. I think he should pull those knights out of there now. Maybe kill 1 or 2 traders. Okay, he's going to run to the corner of the map. He's hiding some in the corner. The rest he's going to try and run along the back line of Fuse's base, see what he can do. He's trying to get wood. He's out of wood right now, I think is what happened there, because we saw him kind of go, oh shit. And that's why I was saying he needs to check his wood lines, because we haven't seen him check his wood lines for a long time. Oh. Yeah, so he's distracted with the other guys. He's trying to use that multi-prong. This is something Serral hates doing in every game. Serral is the most direct front-on fighter of all time, guys. There's people throughout military history who've been incredibly successful through backstabs, counterattacks, night raids, all sorts of tricky tactics. Serral is the guy who sets up in a field and says, I will fight you front-on honorably. And you know what? It can be his amazing skill set. It can also be his downfall sometimes. In this game where it just has not been working, he's finally resorting to raiding a little bit more. And I think it's getting some dividends for sure. He's trying to shift click because those guys are just not killing those traders. He's like, how are they not killing the traders faster, man? His knights are derping out a little bit. Uh-oh, that gold just ran out. He's like, okay, you know what? My night raid isn't working. I'm going to send my cavalry archers around the back, because I think they'll be way more effective for raiding the traders. How tough are the traders? I think they're like 2 or 3 villages on top of each other kind of thing. I'm not sure. They do cost 75 wood and 75 gold to build, guys. So traders, endless source of gold in late game, which is really good. He is trading out of a different market that he built, not his supermarket. I don't think you can build traders out of your supermarket. I don't know. Can you? Your Golden Gate? I actually have no idea. This is, of course, Serral versus Fuse for anyone who's just tuning in, guys. And he's killing a bunch of villagers back there. Oh, this is pretty effective. Oh, they can. Oh, they spawn sheep. Oh, I totally forgot. Is that a pasture? It's the pastures that spawn sheep, right? Oh, that's cool. Because they don't have farms, right? So they spawn sheep out of their buildings instead. That's awesome. Mongols are so cool. Like, thematically, Mongols might be the coolest civ in this game. I should really learn them. Just because I'm like, oh man, just seems like they're so cool. Sending the Strotsky to the right to deal with that. He's like, this is my sacred site, dickhead. Remember, sacred sites give the same gold income as a relic, 100 gold a minute. So hanging on to that. That's a very useful gold trickle. He's got 2 sacred sites. I don't know how many relics he has. Is Fuser is ranked 24 on the ladder right now. Serral is ranked 78 on the ladder on Age of Empires 4. For those who don't know, you can search on our website, but you need to play 10 1v1 matches before you do get your ranking. I'm like rank 500, but I've started losing so many games, so I think my MMR will be frozen or dropping. I don't think it's going up anymore until I figure out some more basics in this game. Mongols are kind of the Zerg of Age of Empires 4. From the perspective of being a departure from standard RTS. Absolutely. That's what makes them appeal to me. That's why back in Brood War, I was like, holy shit, this is so different to Warcraft and Command and Conquer and all the other games I'd played. I was like, wow, Zerg is so different. Isn't French the most broken race? That's the prevailing thought. They're very broken on water right now. But outside of water, I'm not really sure. They definitely seem like they're the most noob-friendly. But are they the best? I don't actually know enough about the game to say. And I think a lot of experienced people are saying, look, French are good. They're definitely not bad. They dominate water. They have regenerating knights, which you can kind of Mutalisk harass with, which is super cool. Okay, stop microing your Strotsky. Yeah, Strotsky is keep. I think that might be an okay fight. He's killing a lot of economy, guys. He's killing so much economy with these raids. This could be the winning moves. If he can hold here, he wins this game. That is a big if. Even if he doesn't hold there, if he kills enough economy, he's raiding both sides. He's getting broken through, though. He's going to have to rally back inside his walls. Yeah, back inside his base. His wall is open, by the way. He's opened his wall up himself. But he's killing the economy. He's got it. Dude, Serral's going to break Fusa. I think Fusa's quite a bit more experienced than Serral. But Serral is an absolute monster. He just keeps going. And his macro just never runs out. He's like, I am Serral. I will build more armies than you can handle. I got Frenched already means something else, though. Protost equals Frenched. Oh, that's funny. I haven't seen I got Frenched. But yeah, that does sound like a thing. Is Twitch chat filled with just capital letters, Frenched? Oh my god. I think Serral's totally fine, guys. As long as he can just, yeah, these guys, I think he can clean up his Fuse's push. I think I think he's got enough units now. Obviously, it's like Fuse is taking some sacred sites, good on him. But that's a big army Serral's rebuilt here. I think he's got the numbers now. I think he can overwhelm. So Serral has 30 games according to his record, guys. I think he's 22 wins, 8 losses. So he hasn't played too much. Hasn't played too much. 30 games in the first, what's it been, a week and a half now? A week maybe since it came out? I think a week and a day or two. Maybe 8 or 9 days it's been out. Oh! Okay, big battle coming. He's running from the mangoes, man. Oh, he's gonna flank with some knights. He wants to flank the artillery there. Okay. All right. No, he's just going to raid with him. He's not even going to flank the artillery. I'd love to see him flank the artillery. He did it in one of his early fights, and he hasn't really done it since then because he was focusing so much on the Springalds, focusing them down from afar. Yeah, 3 relics in the Abbey, definitely doing pretty good for the Mongol gold income, but... Oh, shit. He's losing a lot of stuff now, man. All right. I don't know who wins, his Cavalry Archers or the Mangudai. Feels like he has way more Cavalry Archers, whereas it's way more Knights for Fusa here. Actually, no, there's a lot of Mangudai in the back there. Never mind. Never mind that. Both players' economy has been messed up a bit. Fusa's still feels like it's weaker right now. As he's going to raid on in here. A Khan and a bunch of Mangudai trying to defend. There are still a fair number of traders. Holy crap. Okay, Serral just got incendiary arrows. I don't know what that does. Maybe, I think it helps them kill buildings, I guess. That's kind of self-explanatory if you think about the 2 words in the upgrade name, Pig. Incendiary arrows. I'm like, God, maybe that makes the opponents afraid. Because this is an hour-long game. I have not seen an hour-long game in this. I know there's been a few people like, oh, I saw a 2-hour game. Oh my God, it goes so long. But because Fusa went for the traders, and because of that, it didn't matter that Serral was able to control the entire center of the map for so long with gold. But Serral has the endurance of a madman. And you know when he's kind of got this mega focus look on his face. I'm like, hey, Serral. He's like, I'm going to kill this Fusa. I don't know why he's talking like this. Apparently he just became some sort of German involved in the adult dungeon porn industry. I don't even know. This is only half his army. When Serral brings in the other half, I think Fusa's going to tap, man. He's lost this battle. He's going to lose his everything now. This is a crushing position now for Serral. He's got such a bigger army. Oh. Incendiary arrows was actually originally intended to let you kill buildings, but they removed it. Oh, really? What's it do? It's plus 20 damage on archers? Are you kidding? Plus 20? Oh, 20%. 20% damage. Holy crap, chat. I was like, whoa, 20? I was like, that's a lot of damage in a game like this. That's just like, oh, you upgrade your pointy stick for a bazooka. Like, I'm like, that's that level of power spike where you're just like, excuse me? I don't think... Oh my lord, I freaked out for a second there, guys. You got these archers, it's just like, it's got a bow, but it's shooting a spear. You're like, what? He's got like bloody gigantic Popeye arms just to pull the string on the bow back. Like, damn. Yeah, 20%. So still a very good upgrade. 20% is great. Cavalry Archers do a lot of damage. Well worth the upgrade. You can see now he's shooting little fiery arrows. Good on him. Man, Fuse is hanging on like a champ, though. Fuse was a Terran player, right, guys? It's been so many years. He retired in like 2015, I think. Oh, man. All right. Watch out for them mangoes. Yeah, the mangonels have been making it really hard for Serral to engage. He's like, okay. He's got another giant army yet again. I'll raid around the back, I guess. He's adding some more Strelts in there. Strelts, of course, is his rifleman unit, guys. It's very good. Fuser was the guy who proxy racks to GM one time. Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah, Serral's a Zerg player, guys. But his other races are pretty damn good. Oh, look at that. He's one-shotting those traders. He's like, yeah, this is worth losing these guys. All right. Oh, there's a big army coming for him. He doesn't want to fight in the mangoes. He's trying to add some more of these expensive units in, the Springolds, the Strelts. Man, it's amazing the speed he's playing at, the multitasking and stuff. Like, I'm really shocked that he's able to like process the information of what's going on the screen. Because I am looking at this and I'm like, I don't know who wins half of these fights. I'm just like, he's got knights, you've got knights. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Serral clearly has some sort of intuitive understanding of RTS games deep within his gigantic elephant brain. It's sad that Russian horse archers can't fire while moving. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's... I imagine... Do they do more damage? I think they would do a bit more damage, right? Yeah, he's raiding in 2 spots constantly. And he's doing hit and run tactics on the front. And he's like, come on, man. Your economy's got to be pretty gone, right? He's still got 2 sacred sites. I think he has 2 relics versus the 3 of Fuser. I don't know how many there are on the map, though. I feel like there's more than 5. Does anyone know if it's a set number? Is it 7, 8, 6 relics, 5 relics? I don't know, man. Because I feel like it's more than AOE2, where it was always 5. It's a bit RNG. Oh, interesting. Apparently, Holy Roman Empire can duplicate them. Oh, so sneaky Holy Roman Empire. Always making fake Holy Grails and shit. Those dirty fuckers. Oh, he's going to go after the siege with a couple guys. That lures a large portion of the army away. It allows him to take a pretty decent fight on the right side there. Those mangoes, as always, creating issues for him. I think one thing I do find a little frustrating with how good Siege is in this game is they went for realism on the mangonels. I really love the rocks in AoE2. It's one of my favorite things is this kind of slow-moving, ridiculously powerful attack that can be attack grounded and dodged at will. It seems like the skill on attack grounding and dodging is going to be so StarCraft-esque in this, where it's going to be like trying to stutter step and focus down speed banes on creep or something like that. You know, it seems very difficult.
Maybe those things are good after all. I thought they were trash, but he's making them. And those catapults. Let's try to raid his gold.
I'm afraid I'd play this game for a month or 2 and then switch back to my StarCraft addiction, says Stay the Path. What's wrong with that? That's what I do with most non-StarCraft games I play. Like, I think a lot of people are really weird with RTS games. Like, the AoE community for the longest time has been like, well, it's not AoE 2. It's going to be bad. And I'm like, why are you expecting it to be AoE 2? I'm like, it's the same people that I think say AoE 3 was an abject failure. It wasn't as successful as some other RTS games, but AoE 3 was a really fun game. It wasn't particularly well built for competitive play. It had more issues than other games, don't get me wrong. But overall, in terms of the grand scale of how well RTS games have been over the years, it's kind of like people going, oh, I can't believe this movie wasn't as good as the book, you know? I'm just like, I don't know if it's that realistic, you know? People are like, well, it has the same name as the other thing I really like. I'm like, yeah, but like, let's be realistic. It's never, the movie's never as good as the book. Almost ever. Is there a split formation in, wait, there is a split, wait, you can change formation in AOE4? Or you just mean AOE2, Chemical Nova? Yeah. Do they have formation choices in AOE4? Does anyone know? To like split and stuff? Because obviously that's in AOE2, you split micro. There are formations? Do they show up on the command card? Because I just haven't noticed them. They're the same hotkey as AOE2. Do they not show up on the command card? Or have I just not checked? Maybe I just haven't checked. Z, X, and C. Oh, they show up down the bottom. Oh, I gotta do that shit. What the hell? Come on, guys. Oh, man. This is looking kind of dicey. But I don't know, man. I feel like Serral's been maybe a little bit too afraid to fight. He's got the numbers. No, he's crushing this fight. And he's in the trader line again. He's got it. It's game over. It's game over, man. He crushed that fight.
Still no building killers.
He's like, I still don't have any building killing units. Damn it. No trebs or anything after he lost him earlier. But I keep thinking he's won it, and then he hasn't. I'd show you guys the formation keys, but Serral's blocked it with these things, guys. If you guys are like, Pig, you're blocking X, I'm sorry, guys. He's blocked it with his overlay on his stream, so there's no way we could do it any other way. Yeah, me 30 minutes ago. It's game over, man. I wish he would add 1 or 2 cannons, because the Springolds are so strong. If he had 1 or 2 cannons, it would be awesome. So the cannons are good for killing buildings, but I've heard they don't do splash damage, Riptide, or they don't do much. So bombards, the cannons, are very expensive, very slow. But I've heard they don't do much splash damage, and I'm not really sure. I usually mix one in, but I don't know what it does. Is it just it's like a Tempest where that actually one-shots units, right? They're just for killing buildings mostly? So they're just there for sniping buildings, the bombards. Okay. Because I did notice, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. It does 170 damage, no splash, and probably a big bonus to buildings as well, I would imagine. What's their supply cost? Is it 3 for a bombard? I think it would probably be about 3. Not every unit is 1 in this game, which is good. So a bombard, I think, is, isn't it 600, 400 or something like that? Wood and gold for a bombard, guys? I know a trebuchet is 500 wood, 250 gold. A Springold's much cheaper. Chinese have have really good bombards. Oh, is their bombard the one that shoots like multiple shots? I haven't really built the organ cannons yet. 600 wood, 400 wood, 600 gold for a bombard. Oof, very expensive. Bombards can F up the French boats. If they come close enough to the shore. Chinese siege has plus 20% range. Ooh, very nice. Uh-oh. Fuse's last attempt to break out. Can he do it? I love that there's an accidental crossbowman that got built that was just standing there in the middle of that. The Cav Archers are gone. It's almost only knights left here for Mr. Serral. Oh no, his Springolds are getting owned. His trebuchets are coming out, but he may have lost this position. Has he though? I think he's finally got all of his knight upgrades, and he's just got so many knights that maybe it's fine. He's going to send yet again another guy in to raid the trading line. 1 hour and 8 minutes. Holy crap. I mean, this should be Fuse's last attempt to break out, man. The bloody Khan's still there, just shooting his arrows like a D-bag. The Springold is great. Yeah, Serral is a natural talent, guys.
Right, why am I making...
He's a natural talent. He's a hard worker, but he understands games, man.
Okay, now we can actually start killing...
I thought Serral was ahead earlier, then I thought he lost it, and then he's ahead. Do traders mean he never mines out? That is right, guys, but his trader line kept getting hit hard. Now, the fact that there's wood and food everywhere means that Serral can keep selling for gold, but it does become less and less efficient as time goes on.
That's his gold income.
That's his gold income gone, says Serral. Oh my god, this game is insane. What is the StarCraft 2 pro game record for the longest game? I think that might have been a 6-hour one, but there was definitely like a 4.5-hour game. So Petraeus Stefano on King Sejong Station, I think it was. Swarmhost versus Swarmhost stalemate, where Petraeus just turtled up in his main and refused to leave and forced the draw. There was also a Swarmhost game, I think it was versus Mana on... Oh, I'm remembering the map. It's the map where Todd killed me with 7 DTs, piece of shit. 7 DTs, 1 in each base. Had no detection. Can't remember the name of the map. But yeah, basically there was like I think that Firecake Mana one, I think replaced the Stefano Petraeus record. He's trying to defend his trader line with the Mangadai. Knights ain't going to allow that, son. He's going to run those guys to the right. These guys are finding his vills. He's finally breaking through landmarks, production with the trebuchets, the Springolds, backing it all up. The Springolds on A move is maybe not the best way to do it. He should probably bring those forward because they don't do terrible damage to units. I don't know what the actual anti-unit damage is, but because their range is so long, you know, he might as well be chipping away at the Mangadai or something maybe.
There's no way he wins, right?
Oh, shit. Oh my god. If he could kill the market, it would be great as well, yeah. Okay, he's going to go for the archers now with his knights and springolds, I think. Yeah, yeah. He's just got way too much, does Serral. Look at that last-ditch effort. The Mangadai run through the army, shooting arrows as they go, falling. The epic fight between the Rus and the Mongols, and the Rus come out on top, those springbolds firing from afar. Their knights and cavalry archers standing strong in the face of Fuz's Mongol market boom. The market boom does not win. And Serral,
to be fair, I didn't play that very well, probably.
in his first, this would have been only 25 games in, or this would have been maybe, I think when he played this game was even earlier, but damn. Turns out the StarCraft 2 GOAT is a bit of a freak, guys. Let's all just basically remember that he's a freak and we will never be good at games. And let's embrace that fact. Because that was his 12th game, says Shiga. 12th? This was his 12th game? I know he did play closed beta still. He played the closed beta at least a little bit. He's played some AOE2. There's something. There is a slight salve for our egos, okay, chat? A slight... He's just always going to be better. There's a reason why he's very smart, hardworking, fast reactions, and apparently an hour and 10-minute long macro game does not tire him out. GG, well played, Serral, you absolute Chad.